Hi Debs, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Nice.
What is it that you do, Debs?
So I host my own poetry night. It's called Soul Compositions. Sorry, do I need to say more?
maybe give it a little bit of flavour.
Yeah.
Try and sound like you care about it. And what is it that you do, Debs?
I run and host my own poetry night. It's called Soul Compositions. I've been doing it for like over a year, and it's just about bringing people together for like the love of poetry.
Nice. So you run a spoken word night.
Yeah.
Let's test out your knowledge of your own medium. You've got to finish the famous line of spoken word. Okay. We're gonna start off easy.
Okay.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt. Shall I give you a clue?
The thing is,
it's the one Maya Angelou poem everyone knows.
I know, but the thing is, it's so bad. I'm not good at remembering poems. I don't even know. No, I don't even memorize I don't perform my own poems about my book because I'm really
the
bad
answer
at it.
was, but still like dust I'll rise. This one's more comedic. Okay. Also, I think this might be a bit too millennial for you.
Okay.
Even though I think you're actually older than me. Yeah, I think you're like a year older than me.
Wait, how old
Anyway,
are you?
25.
I'm 2 years older than you.
Okay. Cynthia.
Yeah. Oh, this is from Die For Us. Wait.
No.
Are we talking about my wife and kids?
Close. We're talking about 21 Jump Street.
It's like
Yeah.
Cynthia died for our sins.
Oh, close.
Something.
Who
died?
would have died for our sins?
There we go.
No. As in, I'm giving you a clue.
Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus died for our Cynthias. Who are 3 writers who really inspired you growing up?
So this is another weird question because I feel like when I was growing up, I wasn't really like reading that much. The only books I read growing up were
Sorry. So you run your own spoken word night. You don't really remember poems, and you don't really like reading.
No, I do like reading.
You just like speaking.
No, literally. I like the sound of my own voice. That's why I do it.
You and me both.
No, I'm saying basically, when I was younger, I'd just like read Hunger Games and shit like that. Like I didn't actually.
Okay, so Suzanne Collins is one.
Oh, I wouldn't say she inspired me. No offense. Love the books, but I wasn't like, poetry, yeah.
Yeah.
I
this
think-
was meant to be like a short, snappy segment.
Was it?
This was meant to take like 10 seconds where you can reel off 3 names and then
yeah.
I have a little bit.
Well, yeah, no, let's do the bit then.
Well, no, because the bit relies on you naming people. Can you pick one?
Okay, it's not actually a writer as such, but someone who, no, listen. Because I think that music and poetry go hand in hand. And so like musicians and stuff like that, so I love Nina Simone.
Nina Simone.
Yeah, I think
cool.
the way that
Name
she
all of her
writes.
songs in 15 seconds.
I love you, Porky.
1,
I love you,
2,
Porky.
All of them. 3, 4, 5,
Do you know how many songs
6.
she's got?
Yeah, as many as you can. It's 7,
Okay.
8,
I love you.
9,
No, stop counting, stop counting.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay.
You're doing
You
too
named
much.
I Love You Porgy. Is
What?
David Bowie here?
Such a
Is
good-
David here?
I actually
He's my
thought-
dear friend, and if he was here, he'd tell me.
I thought he was actually in the room the way she kept
No,
going
yeah,
about
the
it.
way-
I was like, come on, pan
Yeah.
the screen to him. And I was like, nah, he's not here.
It's me, Nina. What would you say to people starting out with writing poetry and doing spoken word who are maybe too scared to try?
Okay, now this is a question I can answer.
But Nina Simone's songs, you draw a blank.
Excuse me, when you're counting down, it's very stressful. Like, just go for it. I think that it can be, it's a very like vulnerable place that you put yourself in, and you can kind of like overthink it and kind of like second guess yourself and make yourself feel like I don't want to put this out into the world because people are going to judge me based on that. But I've always said that poetry is like therapy, and so just release it into the world and it will make you feel better. And come to my poetry night because we have loads of first timers, and I think it's so important to be able to like provide people with the opportunity for them to like do it for the first time and just give them that warmth and that love and that comfort, really. But just go for it, just like do it, and you're gonna feel like so scared. I still get scared now. Every time I perform, my like knees are like buckle in and all that kind of stuff, but you just gotta do it because the high afterwards is like undescribable.
And what would you say to people who like more on the audience side of things, hypothetical people who think spoken word is maybe a bit cringe?
Spoken word can definitely be cringe. I would agree with that. I'm not going to sit here and say that every single piece that I've ever heard has not like, there's been some that have been cringe, and that's okay, but like that's almost the beauty in it. It's weird, it's gross, but like you're releasing, and it's like to do poetry you almost have to be a bit cringe because like why am I telling these strangers all of my thoughts, you know what I mean?
True.
So it can be cringy, and I
that's
think
what the smoking area is for.
but no, I think it definitely can be, but there's also like there's so much power in poetry as well, like through like protests, through so many different things, through music, through all these different art forms, and some of your favourite rappers are poets, and people don't like to talk about that.
True. I feel like the next question is about how much time in school you spent hanging out with your English teacher, but you didn't read in school. I spent zero time.
No, I spent a lot of time with my English teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were boys. Like when it was raining, we used to like go into her class and she'd like sit there and just like chat rubbish and like we'd just chill with her.
That's cute. What was her name?
Miss
Your
Ashford,
favourite one?
Miss Ashford. Shout out to you.
Miss Ashford.
Yeah, and she's the one who actually got me into poetry because she like that's when we started doing like anthropology and we got those like books, you know, those horrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were actually really bad, but when we started like analysing those.
Do you mean anthology?
Did I say anthropology?
Yeah.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, multi-talented queen Miss Ashford also does anthropology, good for her.
I'm like, should this episode come out? Because I feel like people won't want to come to my event now. I promise. But yeah, no, we started doing those and analysing those, and I was like, this is actually kind of cool. So yeah,
nice.
She was definitely a helping hand there.
Mine was Miss Morgan, for anyone interested.
No one cares.
Thanks for asking. What's your least favourite quality in audience members at spoken word?
I think if you're like talking during it, if you're like not focusing on what's in front of you, as I keep saying, like you are bearing your soul to people, and I think that deserves your attention. If you've decided to come to a poetry night, then your focus needs to be on the poetry. So like people who are like disinterested at the front on their phones or talking, not into that, but that doesn't happen at my event.
Oh, she runs a tight ship.
Period.
Do your best active listener impression. Maybe to the camera. Yeah. That's good. That's good. What inspired you to start soul compositions?
So I started writing poetry when I was like 15. Yeah, 15. And when I got to uni, I performed for the first time at open mic night, and it was in a pub in Kent. And if you can't tell, I am a black woman. So it was very like white dominated space.
In Kent?
In Kent.
No.
Who would have thunk it? And so I went there, and I was just like performing like some like deep poems about race actually. And I just remember being in this pub, and there was like a couple people paying attention, but everyone else was just there for after work pint. The TV was on, people were just there to have a good time. And I remember getting to the end of it, and I had like my tribe with me, so it was okay. But I remember thinking to myself, like, this is not a conducive space for someone to be like bearing their soul, like trying to have like really deep conversations, you know? And then when I came back to London, well, not come back to London, when I started going to ones in London, I enjoyed them, but I was going to them alone, and it felt like kind of hard to like join into like the social aspect of it. Like when we had breaks and stuff like that, I was like using my phone and stuff like that. And I'm quite a confident person, so I could like sometimes get into those groups, but it was still really tough for me. And I remember thinking that when I create one, because I always knew I wanted to, that I would want one where like you could come by yourself and you wouldn't feel that kind of anxiety. You could meet new people, you could interact, and also to like allow people who potentially don't know that they like poetry.
And why do you think events like soul compositions are important at this moment in time?
I think, well, everyone loves to use this buzzword, but I will be using it. It's like London can be a lonely place, and I feel like, especially at the age we're at now, it is just a lot harder to make friends outside of like the club And so it's like nice to have these kind of like more wholesome things where you can interact with people, where you can like consume art and do it in an affordable way. I think a lot of these like really cool artsy things are just so expensive now. Like pottery classes, like jewelry making classes, like I'm all for those kind of things, but they are just so expensive, and I just think we need to make finding friends a lot cheaper and be able to do that whilst consuming a lot of art.
Perform a spoken word piece about soul compositions now.
You're insane.
So a little known fact about you is that you grew up in Southend. Was that as fun as it sounds?
It was worse than it sounds.
Worse than it sounds?
Yeah, which is crazy that it could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I grew up in London until I was 8, and then I was forced to move to somewhere near Southend. I won't name drop it in case people get pissed off, but and that was a whole experience, not a great experience, but I found my best friend there, so
that's nice.
Silver lining.
Yeah. And who's your favourite TOWIE cast member? Did you know any of them?
No, they came to my school once though. A couple of times they came to my school.
For what?
We had like this fete, and they came a couple of times.
For like fundraising?
Yeah. But honestly, I never watched more than like 3 episodes of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's Amy Childs, if anyone's interested.
No.
So I'm now going to do a bit of spoken word.
Okay.
I've written 3 haikus
Okay.
to describe 3 famous people from Southend.
Okay.
Like 3 other famous people from Southend.
Okay, let's go.
Also, I actually wrote these. No ChatGPT accusations, please. If they're shit, that's on me. That's not. Don't blame OpenAI for that. Also, I'm going to make sure that I actually like did the syllables right. It's 575, right? Yeah. He's an actor
She knows
from
something. Sorry.
Those Horrible Histories. Also, sex symbol.
Horrible histories. I don't know any of their names from that.
Matt Bainton.
No, I was going to describe that.
I feel
person,
like you'd
but...
recognise his face.
Yeah, did he have the long hair? Brown? In the TV show? And
Yeah,
a bit,
longish.
Bit slim?
I was about to say he's also in Ghosts, but that's all the same cast, so that doesn't help.
No.
He was on Taskmaster fairly recently.
I've never watched Taskmaster.
Yeah, okay. Well, moving on. Liz 1 and Liz 2, both played by this dame who once loved Liam Neeson. Actress, dame, really famous, played the Queen. You should know her, she grew up down the road from you.
I don't know.
In the 50s.
Do you think they're teaching this in Essex schools?
I feel like that. Tom, do you know who that one is?
Helen Mirren?
Yeah.
Who?
Dame Helen Mirren.
Oh. Yeah, I was never going to get that.
I don't think you're going to get this one, but this one really makes me giggle, so that's fine. A BTEC Ross Kemp saves nans from cowboy builders. What a lovely bloke.
A BTEC Ross Kemp saves nans from where?
Cowboy builders.
No idea.
That's TV heartthrob Dominic Littlewood, for anyone interested. Before we go, Debs, when is the next Soul Compositions? How do people get tickets, and how can they find out when future events are happening?
So the next event is in 2 weeks on February 3rd. What was the second question?
How do people get tickets? Maybe also say where it is.
Oh yeah, so the next event.
But that was on me. I didn't ask that. That's not on you.
2 weeks is at Fingy Cafe, which is in Hackney Wick. You can find tickets on Eventbrite, and you can find us...
And in the description.
And in the description. You can also find us on Instagram, _Soul Compositions, and on TikTok, _Soul Compositions. We have a mailing list as well, so you can sign up to that, and then you'll find out about all of our future events.
Cool. Thanks. That's us.
Slay.
You can press stop now, Tom. And